Hello YouTube. Today I got a big project. It's an old style land plane. Can't remember how long this sucker is, but I have the tongue here runs through that connects to the tractor and actually bend. So there's a couple ways I could be repairing this, but I was told pick the quick and dirty. So what we're gonna do is take our trusty hammer of fixing, pound in this. There's another place down here. Pound that flat. And we'll take some sheet steel. We're going to cut out some sheets that go from here and bring it back past where the rust is. I'm also going to probably cut out a little access around here and cut a drain hole into here so this don't keep rusting anything new or my repairs. And the top feels intact, but we'll know more once we cut an inspection hole. You can even see light through one of these holes right here. But yeah, we'll start off with smacking this in. I'm hoping that when I smack this one rust spot with the hammer, it'll bust in so we can inspect it without actually having to cut it. Oh yeah, it's just rusted up bad. Yeah, it busted out a chunk like I was hoping, so that'll be great. I'll get to look in there and see what it's about. Essentially, this is some thin 1/8 inch sheet metal. It's the places that haven't rusted. Looks like they just kind of bent it in 290s and rolled it over and welded it about every 10 to 12 inches. What I'm going to do is we're going to use the bottom as a reference and measure out about 3 feet. Maybe not. It's a little far. Yep, 3 feet. There we go. Take our soapstone, punch that out. Don't have to be entirely accurate, but pretty close. Then we're going to take our square, extend it out. This will give us a 9-degree reference point to base our measurements from here to here. Okay. That way, everything I do is based off of whatever sheet metal I'm cutting. I have now a 90-degree spot that I can measure away from to come up with the taper I need and everything. So we'll just double verify that I set this for 3 feet. I figure I'll be a little bit off, which is fine. Actually, I'm right on. Wow. Alright, so down there's 3 feet. Now when we head up here, this won't be 3 feet, which will allow us to get this angle down here. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit different. That comes up to 2 feet 11 inches. I have my paper next to me, so now at our 3 foot mark, we can also measure how wide this is going to be. 8 inches. Then we can go up to our front, measure how wide this is going to be. Couldn't have got much luckier if I had tried. It's exactly 6. Now we'll be setting up our sheet of steel here to cut to the dimensions we need. I verified this far end over here is square. So we're going to be, and I verified that this edge down here is also square to that edge. So what we'll be doing is taking a tape measure, marking off 3 feet right down here. We'll use soapstone because if I'm making any mistakes, I can just wire brush it off. This side is where we're going to vary it, so this will be our shorter measurement of 6 inches. That's our square for 6. It's a little bit past. The reason I'm going past is to make an allowance for grinding off the slag and everything. I'm going to make a big mark here since this angle is going to be 1 inch back. So that's pretty much better. We'll go up to our end here where our 8-inch mark was. Set for 8. Okay. Oh, forgot to give it my 1/8 inch. That's why I use soapstone. Plus it handles the heat, the cutting torch. Okay, there we are. So when we take our tape measure and do our 2'11" to get our angle down here. So set our tape measure edge for that. Go down here, set our tape measure edge for that. Line up the edge of 2'11" with our mark. Give it a quick little scour. There we go. And I gave it an 1/8 inch extra. Again, something to grind off if I need to. This is where we'll take our straight edge and get our angle. Like that. See, it's no longer square. There's our mark for that. Oop. I'll actually be using this piece of metal as a fence. It's not sitting as even as I thought. I put it on metal blocks thinking it'd be good, but a little bit. So we'll just push on it. I always draw a line even if I'm using a fence anyway. That way I know if I actually pushed my fence over a little bit. So for a mark, a little further. Ooh, that soapstone's dull. That's okay. That's where our final product's going to look like cut out here from here to here. And it'll fit like a glove on there, which is what I want. And then we'll transfer either by tracing this if we feel like it, but I like transferring my marks over. We'll transfer it up to here and do the same thing as we did down here. And because of the way this piece works, the same piece will work on both sides. There is no flipping measurements or anything. And I'll get my fence set up. I would be showing you how the cutting goes with the torch, but the last video I tried to do with a torch, I couldn't even use because it just looked like a ball full of light. These are the pieces cut and ready to be welded on. Took a wire wheel to them, got them nice and cleaned up after grinding. 2 orange clamps are to support at the level I want. The 2 C clamps are to keep it squeezed. I'll be actually releasing this C clamp right here so I can get these hoses out of the way. But they did what they were supposed to, which is allow me to get my C clamp started. I'm going to be working from front all the way to back. And this should allow this to be reinforced. Off camera, actually, there was no hole in the frame down here, so I cut a hole in the frame to allow stuff to drain. And I will be taking this little piece here, putting it in here to meet up with a new frame piece that I'm actually going to put down here, which is what I cut over here. And I'll actually start securing that after I get this initially tacked. I'm not going to tack the whole thing. I'm going to tack the front and then release that and then start working my bottom piece in. Just to make sure I got that at the elevation where it sits nice and snug with the bottom of this. So I can get a good repair that should stop this from bending or breaking the rest of the way. So once it gets welded up, I'll show it to you after that. My camera does really bad at picking up welds. But when I get to the welding phase, I'm actually going to start moving these down as I go. Because what's going to happen, which is what happened after I ran the torch, you see that? Curled it out. It's just the way it happens when heating and cooling thin sheet metals like this. And that's how we're going to negate any of that. And that's also why I'm going to, after I initial tack, put this down there so I can keep it squeezed on the bottom here and stop that from mushrooming out and becoming weaker.